Zakaria GPS, CNN Sunday morning 10 Eastern and Pacific.
Now for our What in the World segment. Today is a remarkable day. It marks the official end of a very long war, 91 years old. If you do the math, that gets you to 1919, the Treaty of Versailles. That's when you thought World War I ended. Actually, the book finally closes on World War I today. The Treaty of Versailles did end the fighting, but it didn't end the war. One condition of the treaty was Germany had to pay reparations. And today, Germany makes its last payment, about $95 million. All this might seem a world away, but in my view, World War I is the event that created the modern world. Think about it. Before the war, the world was run by a small group of European empires that were themselves monarchies. Think of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the German Empire, the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, all multinational, all monarchies. The war overturned all of them and created new nations and new governments that were legitimized by modern principles: nationalism, democracy, socialism, communism. Without World War I, no collapse of the Russian monarchy and no rise of Lenin, and certainly no collapse of the German monarchy, and thus no rise of Hitler, and thus no World War II. The society that came out of the war, soldiers, politicians, merchants, businessmen, is of course the modern society we live in today. The emergency needs of a massive war created the modern state, with new powers like the power of taxation of income, nationalization of industry, regulation of various aspects of life. You see, before World War I, the state everywhere was very limited in scope and size. Afterwards, everywhere, the state saw itself as responsible for society in some sense. World War I also created modern total war. Before that, European warfare had tended to be fought with rules and traditions, almost like medieval battles. Soldiers fought, but civilians were protected. They fought on battlefields, leaving cities alone. They fought during the day and slept during the night. World War I exploded all these restraints, and we still live in that age of total war today, without limits, where everything and everyone is fair game. We are understandably moved by the loss of more than 4,000 American soldiers in Iraq. Consider, however, that in the first 6 days of a single skirmish, the German offensive of 1918, British forces suffered 300,000 casualties in World War I. The war caused the collapse of many empires, with consequences that continue to haunt us today. It meant, for example, the end of the Ottoman Empire, which had sided with Germany, and the creation of the modern Middle East. The creation, for example, of Iraq, with a Kurdish north, a Shiite south, and a Sunni middle. So anywhere you look, you will find that you are still living in the world created by World War I. So in a sense, it's appropriate that it's actually been with us all these decades, only ending finally today.